battle, and we'll see what JJ's decision is. Again, I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that JJ actually leaves, but what Alex Orji gives you in this game, in this 30 minutes here in the second half, is the ability to get an extra hat in the run game, and they might need that extra blocker to get up to those linebackers.
Blake Corum in motion, play fake, they swing it out to Corum. Corum looking, and Corum goes down quickly. A flag on the play as Joe Evans makes the tackle.
Holding, offense number 1. 10-yard penalty enforced from the previous spot. Second down.
That's just a great job by the defensive back here. I believe that was Sebastian Castro, if I'm not mistaken. It might have been the outside linebacker as well, but there's Roman Wilson there, and he's handling Castro there, and you just see the hold as Corum is trying to get outside, and this is what this defense does. They're just always in position. Again, I would just mention leverage. They're always on the proper side of the football. If the ball needs to be on the inside shoulder, it's on the inside shoulder. They do a great job.
Second down and 15 at the 31. McCarthy underneath. Loveland with the catch. Colston Loveland on 2nd and 15, gains 6. Jay Higgins with the tackle.
They've just gotten no separation from these defensive backs, and the coverage for Iowa has been great. And Iowa has not used the blitz, so they're sinking into coverage and only rushing 4 in a lot of these situations, and that's allowed the coverage to hold up and then the rush to get home late.
And back it up at his house in Iowa City.
Well, would Phil Parker want to be the defensive coordinator for a guy that's going to play fast
for a Brinks truck?
And not protect him? You know, I mean, Phil in a lot of ways is right where he has to be and needs to be. You know, his identity as a coordinator fits what Iowa wants to do philosophically, what Kirk Ferentz wants to do.
Backed up deep this time. Hawkeyes start at their own 6. Caleb Johnson, the deep man, out of the I formation. They give it to him, second man through. And he'll pick up a couple. Junior Colson with the tackle. They say 3.
As this year has gone on, I mean, it's the stark contrast between what they've done offensively and defensively is just it's wild. You know, points per game offense, 124th, 3rd in defense. Total yards, last by a wide margin offensively, 7th in defense. They win with defense, they win with field position and special teams. And right now, though, you know, they've got to find something offensively.
2nd and 7 at the 9. Play fake. Hill throws, lost it in the air, and incomplete. Deacon Hill under pressure. Michigan almost forced the 2nd turnover of the game.
And it was Mike Sainristil off the edge. Watch him off the edge. This blitz. Offense is right, unblocked, and he's the one that gets to that right arm of Hill and almost picked off. That was Kenneth Grant, 78. He had the chance at that interception. Here's Mikey Sainristil right up after the right arm. And Iowa is very fortunate that wasn't another short field for Michigan.
3rd down and 7 at the 9.
And I think that Jim Harbaugh right now at least wants a little explanation and whether that hand was actually moving forward. He's having a conversation over on the far side with the officials. And I think that's what he's asking about, was whether that was actually incomplete or did Mikey Sainristil get to that hand before Hill was moving forward.
I don't know. It looks close. It looks close.
Yeah. I think the more interesting ruling here is that because that they were blowing this dead as an incompletion, what they would need is video evidence that there was a clear and obvious recovery in the immediate action after this fumble. So they rule that that's a fumble in review, and then they're saying that this is the recovery on the back end. Now, the officials yelling, blowing the whistle, saying incomplete, and then Josh Wallace with the recovery right there. They're saying that's the immediate recovery. Brian Ferentz lost his mind on the sideline, got an unsportsmanlike conduct. I can't say I disagree. I know Michigan fans love my officiating ability, but boy, the immediate recovery there, that's questionable, with the umpire blowing his whistle, signaling incomplete right in front of all the players.
So 1st down and goal at the 6-yard line. Blake Corum, touchdown, Wolverines! second touchdown of the game for Corum. And now he has officially become a Michigan legend.
And Blake Corum has not had much room all night. Here, inside the 10, great jump cut to the left side, and there's his 55th touchdown, rushing touchdown as a Michigan Wolverine, tying the great Anthony Thomas for the most ever in this storied program.
The extra point is up and good. 17-0. Wolverines capitalizing off the Iowa turnover. Blake the Great. Second touchdown up.
In the last few years than Blake Corum. And there's been a lot of them, all right? There's a lot of exceptional young men in this sport. There's no doubt. But Blake Corum, boy, he is at the top of the list. One of the great individuals that I've gotten the chance to meet. We've gotten the chance to meet over the last couple of years.
All right, let's bring in Dean Blandino, our rules analyst. Dean, a lot just went on the field.
What an incredible sequence. And remember, the ruling on the field was a pass. So it has to be clear and obvious that Hill's hand is not coming forward. Any amount, I'm not convinced that that hand doesn't just start to come forward. So that's number one. And then as Joel pointed out, the recovery in the continuing action, you do have officials killing the play, but they're always going to stretch that out. You can see the Michigan defender recover it. So I'm less concerned with the recovery. I'm just not convinced that the hand wasn't coming forward.
First down and 10 of the 25. Williams. All right, Dean, thank you very much. We'll hear from you later if need be. Ernest Hausman with the stop.
And then just to, you know, because then we had the penalty on Brian Ferentz. And Gus, I mean, you can understand the emotional year.
Well, that was a year of frustration.
Oh, just all coming out right there. And in particular, knowing what they have offensively and knowing that, listen, at 10-0, they feel like they've got a good chance. Maybe a play here or there, they get back into it. At 17-0, it becomes much more daunting for an offense that hasn't done much this season.
Second down and 8 at the 27. Hill sets up in the pocket, hit as he throws, incomplete.
You know, and back to Ferentz, you know, this team was dealt a very odd hand with this whole point total that he was going to have to reach as the coordinator during the course of the season to save his job. I mean, and to be fair, I don't ever think that was fair to the players to put them under that type of scrutiny or pressure. And yet you give them credit because they were able to overcome adversity, injuries, and all of that noise on the outside to win 10 games and stay true to themselves and get to this point.
Third and 8 at the 27. Deacon Hill over the middle. And a first down. How about Caleb Brown? Finds the soft spot and gains 10 on 3rd and 8.
And all you got to do is just keep chopping away. And here's Brown, and he's going to run a great route on the inside right here. And what Michigan is going to have to do defensively here, now with the 17-0 lead, is that these safeties have got to play soft and just think to themselves, nobody gets behind us. A big play, they cannot allow a big play. Let the defensive line go to work, and these safeties stay deep and everything in front of them.
That was Iowa's longest play, 10 yards of the night. First down at the 37. Hill over the middle, little screen, and it's caught by Ostringa. And he'll spin forward and pick up another first down for the Hawkeyes.
And how about that? In 2 snaps of the football, Iowa doubles their total first down output from the night. 3rd first down on the last snap. Now their 4th first down of the night. And how about this tough finish from Ostringa? 2 hands on the ball, getting after it, trying to get the line to gain up in the air, and then getting some help from Ortworth, number 48, the freshman from St. Louis.
First down at the 47-yard line. Caleb Johnson in the backfield. Johnson straight ahead with a lot of running room. Caleb Johnson picks up 5. Kenneth Grant with the tackle.
Well, you talk about a team that's motivated, right? This is easily their best offensive series of the night. And now if you're Michigan, again, you can't get yourself out of your comfort zone as a safety. You got to stay deep. Don't give up a big play here. Don't bite on a double move on the outside. Rod Moore, number 9, excellent safety. He's in there with Quentin Johnson, number 28, who had to finish the game against Ohio State.
after Mikey Samerstill had to move out to outside corner.
2nd and 5 at the 48-yard line. Johnson. And they'll ride him down at the line of scrimmage. Chris Jenkins, first man to it.
Well, now it's about that pass rush and trying to create some sort of pass rush. Michigan is excellent with their stunts and twists with their defensive line. It's the way that they created pressure on Kyle McCord late against Ohio State a week ago. And generally speaking, on these third down opportunities, that's what they do up front in order to try to create a pass rush and get in the backfield.
3rd down and 5 to go at the 48 for Deacon Hill. Inside handoff, Williams, and it'll be short of the first down as Michael Barrett drags him down. But this may be 4-down territory for the Hawkeyes.
I think it might. And watch, you get the man coverage. And what does that do? It allows them to just get right back into that seam. Beautiful run and good vision from LaShawn Williams.
4th down and 1. Iowa, the offense on the field. Hawkeyes 5 of 7 on 4th downs this year. Quarterback sneak. I don't think they got it.
Hill is a big boy. Weighs over 250 pounds. He needed a yard. It looked like he slipped after his initial surge into the line of scrimmage, and that foot slipped out from under him, and he wasn't able to get a second push. He needed to get all the way to the 48-yard line. That ball looks like it's short by about a half yard.
And they'll bring out the chains to measure. And they didn't get it. Michigan defense stops Iowa. His team continues to fight. He'll have to rely on his defense again. Wolverines with the football at the 44. McCarthy gives it up to Corum. Aaron Graves knocks him out of play.
And now as we are about to cross this 5-minute mark of the third quarter, Michigan in a commanding position, clearly, with the way that Iowa plays offense. But if I was a Michigan fan, I would be very intent on what my offensive line is doing and how it's looking here in the course of this game. With Zach Zinter out, that terrible injury last week against Ohio State. Carson Barnhart moves down. Trente Jones in the game. They've been dealing with Drake Nugent, unhealthy at times with this high ankle sprain, and this offensive line has just tried to piece it together tonight.
2nd and 5. McCarthy caught. And it's Cornelius Johnson once again, his 7th catch, which is a career high for Cornelius.
I think that's part of the reason why Sharon Moore has leaned a little bit more heavily into the passing game. McCarthy now 19 of 25, so he's been efficient, but there hasn't been any big plays down the field, passing a lot of this out towards the sideline. Those specific throws to free access where the defensive back has deep responsibility and throw it right underneath him.
1st down at the Iowa 45. Corum. And Corum stopped by Nick Jackson. Gain of 2.
Castro also in there. Sebastian Castro is just so good. He came up from his safety position, number 29, on that last snap. And on this one now, how about this? Michigan going to go a little tempo here, Gus. They'll go fast up to the line of scrimmage. We don't normally see this from the Wolverines.
2nd and 8 at the 43. New wrinkle. Khalil Mullings in the game at running back. Loveland in motion. Mullings found a seam, powers forward, smelling that 1st down marker. And he'll gain 7, bring up 3rd and short for the Wolverines.
Iowa thought that they ripped that ball loose. They had ruled that progress was stopped just short of that line to gain, so it'll be 3rd down. Mullings, nice run on that left side. Haven't seen many open running lanes for this Michigan team so far. But here a short yardage opportunity, and that's when number 2 comes in the game. Boy, he's good in these situations.
3rd down and 1 at the 36. And McCarthy keeps it. Looking for the first down. Gets outside and more. Lost his footing. J.J. McCarthy, though, picks up a first.
Well, this is what he gives you, is the opportunity to go one-on-one on the outside. And now McCarthy, he can keep the ball and try to get outside, and you see the athleticism. That's the difference that he brings to the table. He's such a great athlete that now he can affect the edge, and there he does it to move the chains.
First down at the 32. McCarthy again with the run. This time he doesn't fool anybody. And is lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Nick Jackson there.
Check out these linebackers. I'm telling you, man, this is like a case study. I love watching this defense play. Watch these linebackers. Nick Jackson, and Jay Higgins. And they just read the play out, and then they're ready to go. And their eyes are sitting there. They scrape over the top. Everything fundamentally sound. Parallel shoulders to the line of scrimmage. And they run J.J. McCarthy out of bounds.
2nd and 9. Michigan in no rush. 1:17 to go in the 3rd. Up 17-0. J.J. pulls it down. Looking across his body, over the middle, incomplete. Roman Wilson had some hands on it. He threw it into double coverage, and it was broken up at the last moment by the Hawkeyes. Looks like Sebastian Castro got it.
That is a tough throw to make, because when you're rolling left to try to throw back towards your right side, it's really difficult to get any amount of steam on that ball and get it down in trajectory onto the frame of the wide receiver. He had all sorts of open room there in front of him if he would have run it. Could have just ran for the first down, but now, Gus, it's a 3rd and long.
3rd down and 9 at the 31. Donovan Edwards checks in. They give it to him straight ahead. Short gain for Edwards. Brings up 4th down. 3-yard gain. Jay Higgins again.
And they'll go ahead and kick this one. Turner has had a good year. And he'll come back out. James Turner, transfer from Louisville.
So here's Turner into attempt a 46-yard field goal. Career long 50. Doman with the hole, got it away, and good. 20-0. Michigan. 22 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Now tomorrow we've got a huge doubleheader on Fox. First the Lions take on the Saints, or other regional action. Then in America's Game of the Week, Christian McCaffrey and the Niners take on Jalen Hurts and the Eagles in one of the biggest games of the year. Back to the games in your area tomorrow on Fox. My Lions need to bounce back after that disappointing loss on Thanksgiving in Green Bay. Turned the ball over 3 times in the 1st quarter.
Can't wait for that game, right? Niners, Eagles, right?
Oh, that's going to be great. Jalen Hurts.
Something about